This business mistake could potentially cost you thousands of dollars in legal fees, especially if you haven't done your research on the front end. Today, we're gonna unpack how a meal planning app company named Prepear almost lost their business because of a dispute with Apple. Apple went after them for infringing on their trademark, and it almost cost Prepear their entire business. So we're gonna take a look at what they could have done differently. We're gonna take a look at that case and see how you can learn from it. Because I can tell you the last thing you wanna do is be in any sort of dispute with a company the size of Apple. So let's take a look at these trademarks and figure out how to protect your business the best way. Around 2020, 2021, Prepear applies for a trademark. Seems simple enough. They had proof of concept, obviously. Felt like they had a brand worth protecting, so they finally applied for a trademark for their logo. Well, sitting over here is this gigantic corporation named Apple, who also has a fruit as their logo. However, their logo is in a very different industry, being electronics. Obviously, everyone knows Apple. Prepear being over in meal planning, food. They seem different, but Apple is such a big company that their trademark travels a little bit farther. So they opposed this trademark. So here's a lesson on why you don't want to even get close to a really big company, because I actually think Prepear would have won this trademark battle. However, Prepear is not worth billions of dollars like Apple, so how are they supposed to fight the lawyers that Apple has? So Apple opposes their registration for this reason. If you don't protect your trademark, it's called acquiescence under trademark law, and you lose some of the authority and some of the power you have in your own trademark. So Apple has a team of lawyers over there telling, whoever's making this decision, you have to do these things or else your main brand here can be diluted slowly over time. So they don't really have a choice other than to protect their trademarks to their fullest extent. Now, I do think because they're in two different industries that Prepear had a great case, but it probably would have cost hundreds and hundreds of thousands of dollars to make that case against Apple and to prevail, which ultimately I think they would have. So what happened? Here's what happened in the case. The logo, you can go online and look at them. The pear kind of had a rounded leaf there, and all they did was change it to one straight line. Everything else is rounded and it looks a little jagged. When you compare it to the original one, it looks a little odd, really, but it's almost unnoticeable. So what Prepear had to do was figure out a way to settle this, because they couldn't win it because they didn't get their trademark early on. They were able to settle it, fortunately, and hopefully not run up that many legal fees. Your lesson here is you don't want to have anything to do with a trademark dispute. You want to be running your business. You want to be working on it, growing. You do not want to get letters from Apple, Amazon, or the business down the street that A, might be able to beat you or can afford to outspend you on legal fees. Prepear never had a chance because there's no way you can compete with the legal fees it would take to go up against Apple. You'd have to be a gigantic corporation. So you're trying to avoid that. So whenever you're running a business, make sure you have a brand that you can trademark and protect. Had they filed that trademark earlier and won, they could have told Apple, so sorry, you can buy it from us, which would be a great position to be in, but this is our trademark. Prepear is both unfortunate and fortunate. Unfortunate because Apple was on the other side. I think most businesses wouldn't have the power to put this one into submission. On the other side, they're fortunate because they were able to settle it and hopefully didn't spend a ton on legal fees and didn't have to change their brand name and do all that sort of stuff. The lesson here is even if you're close to someone else in a different industry, you want to be really careful because you don't want to get that letter. You don't even want to think about having to hire a lawyer to do this sort of thing. So use our guide below and make sure you've got a trademark that you can own and get it as early as you can, because here, you're 2 or 3 years in, and this could have gone a lot worse for Prepear if they would have had to change their brand. So hope that helps you realize how far these big companies will go to protect their trademark. So the bigger the company, the more nervous I would be in flirting with a logo or a name that would be close to that company. But you want to research and research and research and make sure you get it right. There's options below to file a trademark and have the filings guaranteed. Also, you can research it on your own with the guide that we've got in the link below. I hope that helps. Don't let this deter you from trying to run your business. You want to just know it. You want to be avoiding these little obstacles as you go so that you can focus on building your business. Go get them.